Beneath the blazing sun of the African savanna, life pulses with raw energy and danger. Among the golden grasses, baboons defend their territories, lions stalk in silence, and hippos rule the restless waters with unmatched power. Here, every passing second can mean the difference between life and death. Yet beyond the ferocity, there is balance, a natural order that connects every living being in an endless cycle of survival. This is a journey into the heart of wild Africa, a land where nature reveals both its most untamed side and its most profound sense of harmony. They are neither as majestic as lions nor as stealthy as leopards. Baboons, known scientifically as papio, move across the African savanna like disciplined troops, their fierce faces and sharp eyes reflecting the relentless rhythm of survival. Though not part of the great ape family, they belong to the old world monkeys, equipped with strength and intelligence that allow them to thrive in some of the harshest environments on Earth. An adult male can weigh up to 40 kilograms, with a muscular frame, a long muzzle, and canine teeth that can rival those of many predators, a natural defense even leopards respect. Their dense, grey-brown fur contrasts with bright, alert eyes, while their curved tails complete their striking silhouette. Distinctive calloused pads on their rumps, known as ischial callosities, let them sit comfortably for hours atop rocks and branches as they keep watch over their territory. Omnivorous by nature, baboons feed mainly on tender grass, seeds, roots, and fruit. But they are also skilled hunters, capable of working together to catch small mammals, birds, and even young antelopes. Their cooperation gives them both power and protection, a unity that commands respect across the plains. During the breeding season, females display a vivid signal that cannot be ignored under the African sun, sparking fierce competition among males. Every glance and movement becomes a silent duel for dominance, where hesitation can mean defeat. The alpha male strides confidently through the troop, his gaze a clear warning. Yet among the younger rivals, ambition simmers. The tension builds until it erupts. Two males clash in a whirl of dust and power, their cries echoing across the savannah. The troop stands still, watching. Every strike and movement will decide the outcome, who will lead and who will yield. When the dust settles, order returns. The victor claims his place and the right to mate, continuing the timeless cycle of life in the wild. After a gestation period of about 6 months, the next generation begins its journey. Newborns cling to their mothers' bellies. Later, riding on their backs as they learn to move, watch, and survive. Step by step, they are shaped by the lessons of the savannah: resilience, awareness, and instinct. As the sun sets, its golden light bathes the grasslands. A gentle wind whispers through the dry shrubs, and birds sing from the trees, a fragile lullaby amid the harshness of the wild. For in this world, every calm moment hides unseen dangers, and every heartbeat is part of nature's eternal struggle to endure. As night falls across the savannah, the baboons retreat to the safety of steep cliffs and the tallest branches, far from the hunters that prowl under the cover of darkness. When the sun climbs to its highest point, the heat becomes relentless. The earth splits and cracks beneath the midday blaze. The troop returns to the rocky ridges to rest, groom one another, and care for their young. Yet, this calm is nothing more than a fleeting illusion. At the edge of the forest, a leopard waits in silence. Its golden eyes glimmer as it watches a distracted infant, digging in the dust. Step by step, the predator approaches, silent as a breath of wind through the trees. Then, in a sudden burst of power, it leaps. The grass trembles, dust rises, and birds scatter into the sky. In seconds, the hunt is over. The young baboon falls victim to the cycle of life that rules the wild. Chaos erupts. Alarm calls echo across the plains. The troop scatters running, climbing, and screaming in unison, warning the others and defending their kin. The leopard doesn't stop. With its prize secured, it vanishes into the bush. There is no triumph, no cruelty, only survival, raw and inevitable. Baboons are not only fierce survivors, they are intelligent beings capable of cooperation, protection, and sacrifice. With more than 30 distinct vocalizations, they maintain a complex and organized society, an empire built on unity, strength, and cunning. But today, their empire faces new threats. The vast African plains are shrinking, slowly giving way to human expansion and the effects of a changing climate. We must protect their world, so the kingdom of the baboons may continue to write its endless story beneath Africa's golden sun. In the harsh and unforgiving African savanna, the honey badger emerges as a fearless little warrior, a creature driven by pride, resilience, and a will that refuses to bow before any challenge. Every movement echoes determination, the pure embodiment of nature's fighting spirit. Across the continent, the honey badger, also known as the ratel, has earned a legendary reputation, not for its size, but for its unmatched audacity and ability to defy some of Africa's most formidable predators. With a compact, muscular frame, short yet powerful legs, and a sharp, alert gaze, it might appear harmless or even curious, but that deceptive look is its greatest advantage. Beneath its distinctive black and white coat lies a remarkable natural armor. Its skin, up to 6 millimeters thick, is both flexible and incredibly tough, offering protection against lion bites, porcupine quills, leopard claws, and even the deadly venom of cobras. If caught in the jaws of a predator, it can twist within its own loose hide and strike back with a powerful bite, instantly turning defense into attack. It is a small but indestructible creature, as if born from an action film of the wild, where the underdog dares to challenge the giants of the savannah. As dusk paints the horizon in deep shades of red, the honey badger begins its nightly patrol. moving silently through the brush. Its glowing eyes scan the darkness. This is its hour when instinct sharpens and the hunt begins. At night, almost anything can become its prey, from tiny insects to animals much larger than itself. The honey badger is a true master of solitary survival. It roams alone, guided by an extraordinary sense of smell and armed with sharp claws that dig into the earth or tear apart bark and burrows in search of food. When dawn breaks, that same keen nose leads it to hidden bird nests. For this relentless forager, even the smallest find becomes a feast fit for royalty. There have been many times when the honey badger has faced off against giant pythons. Even when bitten or constricted, it remains composed, twisting free with surprising agility before launching a fierce counterattack that leaves no doubt about its fearlessness. Small in size but immense in courage, the honey badger stands as a living symbol of bravery and endurance, the raw, unyielding essence of Africa's wild heart. The lion may rule the savannah, but even he struggles to conquer the honey badger. More than once, this indomitable creature has fought back with such relentless ferocity that even the mighty king of beasts has been forced to retreat. When confronted by a leopard, the honey badger shows no trace of fear. It releases a sharp, defiant hiss, raises its coarse fur to appear larger, and braces itself to strike if cornered. That unshakable determination often convinces many predators to keep their distance rather than risk a direct encounter. But the honey badger is not only a fearless fighter, it is also a true connoisseur of honey. Without hesitation, it tears into hives, devouring the wax and sweet nectar inside, while enduring the painful stings of enraged bees without retreating. Each day, this tireless wanderer can travel dozens of kilometers in search of food, seizing every opportunity, even scavenging leftovers, abandoned by other hunters after a feast. Its instinct for survival knows no bounds. An adult honey badger possesses jaw strength, powerful enough to crack open the tough shell of a tortoise, piercing through with ease to reach the precious protein within a vital resource in the demanding African wilderness. Even African wild dogs, renowned for their teamwork and hunting skill, often avoid direct conflict with the honey badger. Its fierce bites and relentless spirit are enough to keep an entire pack wary. For small field mice, however, survival chances are slim. The honey badger digs forcefully through burrows, nose pressed to the ground, following the faintest scent trail, and within seconds, it captures its prey with lightning precision. Usually, this animal prefers the safety of deep underground dens, hidden yet secure. Its burrow serves as a fortress, a shield against lions, hyenas, and other nighttime predators. Though it may appear slow at first glance, the honey badger is a true master of movement and adaptation. It climbs tall tree trunks with ease, scales rocks effortlessly, and can reach bursts of speed up to 30 kilometers per hour, quick enough to evade danger or seize small prey in an instant. When darkness falls, all its senses sharpen. In the still night of the savannah, the honey badger roams ceaselessly, slipping through thickets and cracks in search of its next meal. To many creatures, it has become a small but relentless nightmare, one that never gives up once the hunt begins. Thanks to its courage and endurance, it rarely becomes easy prey for lions or hyenas. Its existence is living proof that strength is not measured by size, but by sheer will and fearless resolve. During the unforgiving dry season, when countless animals migrate in search of food and water, the honey badger remains steadfast. It follows familiar paths, digs for buried eggs, detects carcasses with its extraordinary sense of smell, and scours every burrow for anything that might sustain its indomitable life. The honey badger stands as a living emblem of endurance and unbreakable spirit in the vast African savanna. Amid the deceptive calm of the plains, a lone honey badger faces off against a pack of hyenas. It growls fiercely, raises its bristled fur in defiance, and charges forward without hesitation. Yet this time, the odds are overwhelming, and the fearless warrior is forced to retreat, survival taking precedence over pride. Across the cracked earth, the honey badger digs relentlessly, tracking a porcupine hidden beneath the ground. When its prey bristles, its quills in defense. The badger refuses to back down. It approaches with courage, growling low, ready to strike regardless of the risk. As darkness falls, its steady footsteps echo softly through the underbrush, the sound of an untamed wanderer, always moving, always searching, forever guarding the territory it calls home. The term Big Five refers to five of Africa's most iconic and powerful animals: the elephant, the lion, the leopard, the rhinoceros, and the buffalo. They embody strength, resilience, and the primal essence that gives life to the African wilderness. The largest and heaviest among them is the African elephant, a true symbol of majesty. Its great ears flap to the rhythm of the warm wind, and its long curved tusks gleam like ancient ivory weapons shaped by time itself. Yet behind its massive form lies remarkable intelligence and a deep sense of family and compassion. Beneath the blazing sun, the elephant herd moves in silence, forming a seemingly endless line. At the front walks the matriarch, calm, commanding, and wise, followed by the towering adults and the unsteady calves still learning to walk. Each heavy step crushes the dry grass beneath, carving new paths for other creatures to follow. The savanna stretches endlessly to the horizon, rolling gently with the warm breeze. The herd pauses to graze in peace, filling the air with a tranquil harmony that seems to embrace the entire plain. Yet even in this serenity, the wild is never truly still. Hidden among the tall grasses nearby, a pride of lions waits, their golden eyes glowing like embers. Watch every movement of the elephants with razor-sharp focus. In that moment, tension thickens the air. The fragile calm is on the verge of breaking. The lion, ultimate symbol of strength and authority, commands respect throughout the savanna. Its roar echoes across miles, a proclamation of dominance that few dare to challenge. When lions hunt together, they become a force of nature, a perfect harmony of instinct, precision, and raw power. They wait with unwavering patience. Time itself seems to pause. Within the herd of elephants, a small gap exposes a young calf, fragile, unsteady, and separated from the protective circle. Barely a few months old, it stands as the most vulnerable link in nature's great chain. A subtle signal from the lioness breaks the stillness. In an instant, the pride spreads out, moving with purpose from multiple directions. Every stalk of grass becomes a shield, masking their silent approach. The distance closes, and then a thunderous roar tears through the air. Suddenly, chaos erupts. The lions surge forward like living arrows, surrounding their target with breathtaking precision. The sun burns fiercely overhead as clouds of dust rise from the trembling earth. The moment transforms into a storm of speed, power, and instinct, a raw testament to survival. When the dust settles, the pride gathers around their prize. For them, it is more than a meal, it is the heartbeat of survival. In the harsh reality of the savannah, one life ends so that another may continue. It is nature's eternal balance, unflinching yet profoundly necessary. And so, between the echo of roars and the stillness that follows, the timeless rhythm of life and death endures, keeping the vast African plains alive, breathing, and wild. If the lion reigns as the king of the savannah, then the leopard is its elusive shadow, a silent hunter who rules alone. Under the burning sun, it needs no roar and no pride to display its strength. Its true power lies in patience, its victory in the art of surprise. Among the tall golden grass, the leopard presses low against the earth. Its dappled coat blends perfectly with the dry savanna, rendering it nearly invisible. Its golden eyes remain fixed on a herd of antelopes. Then, one strays unaware that it has already drawn the gaze of a master predator. The leopard crouches lower and begins its slow, silent approach. Every step is measured, every breath controlled. The gap closes, and in a flash, the predator strikes. Its body bursts forward with lightning speed. Claws connect in a single, powerful blow. A brief cry pierces the air, and then silence once again. The hunt is over, but the work is not. With astonishing strength, the leopard drags its prey high into the branches of a tree, a secret refuge above the reach of hyenas and lions. There, among the leaves, it guards its prize and surveys the horizon, ruler of a quiet, hidden kingdom. As the leopard rests in the trees, another giant moves across the plains. Beneath the amber glow of the afternoon sun, the rhinoceros advances, a living fortress of muscle and horn. Each step carries immense weight. Each breath exudes quiet authority. Even the fiercest predators give way before this ancient titan. Its powerful frame is covered in thick, rough skin, a natural armor forged by time and survival. Upon its head rises a sharp, solitary horn pointing toward the sky, both a symbol of unmatched strength and a formidable weapon against any who dare to threaten it. In moments of calm, the rhinoceros grazes quietly, its small ears flicking back and forth as it listens to the whispering savanna. But when danger approaches, its peace shatters in an instant. The gentle grazer becomes a living fortress, a thunderous storm of raw fury, charging headlong through anything that stands in its way. The earth trembles beneath the weight of countless hooves. A herd of buffaloes advances across the open plains, a moving tide of muscle and determination. Their curved horns, gleaming beneath the relentless sun, like crescents of polished bone, form a living wall of power and unity. Each buffalo moves in perfect coordination, bound together like links in an unbreakable chain. At first glance, the buffalo may seem calm as it grazes, but beneath that quiet exterior lies a wild, explosive strength. One signal, just one, and the entire herd transforms into a wave of unstoppable force, crashing through the savanna. Even lions, rulers of this land, have learned to respect the might of those deadly horns. 5 lives, 5 symbols, 5 guardians of Africa's untamed soul. As long as their footsteps echo across the burning plains, the heartbeat of the continent will continue to resonate through them. 'The dry season arrives, carrying its scorching breath, but also the distant promise of rain. In the cracked heart of Africa, where life and death are divided by a single storm, the Lua Valley faces its hardest test. 6.5 months without rain have turned the plains into a wasteland of dust and heat. The elephant herd now travels up to 80 kilometers each day in search of food. The aging matriarch bears the weight of their survival, guiding them tirelessly toward the river, the valley's last living source of water, and their final refuge of hope. With their long trunks, the elephants draw great gulps of water, nearly 10 liters at a time, pouring the precious liquid straight into their mouths. Under the blazing sun, that cool stream becomes life itself, the essence of endurance in a world of extremes. Above them, hope begins to take shape. Thick, dark clouds gather on the horizon, and the air grows heavy with expectation. But just as quickly, the sun pierces through once more, scattering the dream of rain before it can fall. For the youngest, time is running out, still dependent on their mother's milk. Every drop becomes more precious with each passing day. Their small steps begin to falter, and weary eyes turn to the comforting shade of their mothers, a silent plea for strength in the heart of the unforgiving dry season. If the rain does not return, survival may no longer be possible. Every creature in the valley knows this truth. Only the coming of rain can breathe life back into Lua. Yet the skies remain silent, and despair spreads across the land like a growing shadow. The Luangwa Valley stretches across the heart of Africa, cutting through the dry eastern region of Zambia. Each year, it endures an unforgiving rhythm: floods that give birth to life, and droughts that take it away. Here, existence begins, flourishes, and fades into dust. But this year, that ancient balance has been broken. The El Niño phenomenon has disrupted global weather patterns, turning Zambia's dry season into a time of relentless drought. The Luangwa River has fallen to its lowest level in more than 2 decades. If the clouds do not return soon, the river may stop flowing entirely, and with it, the pulse of the valley could vanish. As the riverbed dries, every living being is pushed to its limits. The drought not only withers the land, it drives animals into desperate clashes over the last remaining sources of life. Vast herds of buffalo unite into a massive superherd, a living force pushing toward the dying river in search of the final pools of water. Hippos, trapped within shrinking patches of mud, crowd together as space and patience disappear. Pressure builds until it finally erupts into violence. Two titans collide in the mud. Their jaws snap like thunder, sending splashes of filth through the air. This is no mere display of strength. It is a battle for survival, a final fight for the last patch of damp earth that can still sustain life. The oldest bull collapses, one leg shattered and useless. His instincts still drive him forward, yet his failing body no longer obeys. The great creature that once ruled these waters is now only a hollow echo of its former glory, a fading shadow slowly consumed by the hunger and the heat, a silent witness to the cruelty of time and the hunger that never ends. Kingfishers flutter around his open wounds, pecking at decaying flesh without intention, accidental caretakers in nature's harsh cycle. As pain continues to tear through his body, forced to abandon the dry marsh, the old hippo drags himself toward a shallow pool of stagnant water. His journey ends there. The cool mud offers a final comfort, easing his last moments before he slips into eternal rest. The scent of decay spreads quickly through the hot air, calling to the predators that roam nearby. From the shadows along the river bank, a lion steps into the fading light. Each stride sends clouds of dust rising beneath his paws. His eyes, lit by hunger and determination, burn like embers beneath the golden glow of the setting sun. He doesn't need to stalk. He doesn't need to chase. Before him lies the feast, already claimed by fate. But the lion never dines alone. Above him, the sky darkens with circling wings. Vultures descend in slow, deliberate spirals, gliding silently through the heavy air. They wait for their moment patient and unhurried, for in death there is always enough to sustain all who depend on it. In the relentless rhythm of nature, the end of one life nourishes the beginning of many others. It is this eternal cycle of death, giving birth to life, that keeps the Luangwa Valley alive, pulsing with the raw, enduring spirit of the wild. Across the vast plains of Africa, every sunrise signals the beginning of another struggle for survival. Baboons, lions, and hippos all face the same challenge: to endure, to protect their own, and to preserve the fragile balance of a land as breathtaking as it is unforgiving. These daily battles reveal not only the raw strength and resilience of the wild, but also its deep connection to us. In every glance, in every act of courage or care, we glimpse the reflection of our own humanity. Nature reminds us that every life, no matter how great or small, has meaning. To protect it is to protect ourselves. If this story has touched your heart, don't forget to subscribe and join us as we continue our journey into the untamed world of wildlife. Because to understand the wild is to understand life itself.